Okay, right off the rip, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance if I call these guys Edge and Christian, because it's just look, I'm just used to it by now, y'all. I'm just used to it. But we had a very interesting segment on AEW Dynamite. We had a very interesting segment where it featured Cope and Cage, the Young Bucks, and FTR. Now, the reason I think it's interesting, okay, first and foremost, and I was talking to somebody else about this, it's kind of fucked up that they kind of just taking the Young Bucks, putting them aside, and then, just dropping Cope and Cage right in there. That's the stuff people question. That's the stuff people question, but I'm not going to question it. What I am going to talk about, though, is the opportunity here. The opportunity to recreate something really cool. Now, I don't know if Cope and Cage will be interested in this. They should be. Why don't we have a TLC match between Cope and Cage, the Young Bucks, and FTR? Let's have something where maybe at Dynasty, the Young Bucks interfere and cost Cope and Cage the tag team titles by accident. That'll set up down the road that TLC match. I think that will be pretty dope. And I would like to see it. And it'll be cool to see Cope and Cage in one more of those matches before they go ahead and retire. And it'll also be something that they could kind of like tag as, who's the best team of this generation or something of that nature. So I think that's something really cool that they could do. And I think they should absolutely go for it. I think it would be a great match. Even though really, I feel like that will benefit the Young Bucks because them in a TLC match, I mean, who wouldn't want to see that after all this time? But, Cope and Cage, they're a little longer in the tooth. FTR, they're a little ground based technical. So it'll be an interesting match because, I mean, the contrast of styles between the Dudleys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian, I mean, Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, they kind of had overlap in their styles, but the Dudley Boys were a completely different thing. So it'll be interesting to see what this iteration of it will be. And I hope that's the plan for them to go forward and do some type of TLC match somewhere in the near future. Now, I know Swerve did not sit in the middle of that ring after he then beat up one of the GOATs, beat Brody King, and then Go had to save him. Go had to save Brody King. Now he's sitting in the ring. Now he want Kenny EVP status. You know what? You want it? Kenny give it to him. Now I know the last time I said that Swerve want the cleaner, he gonna get the cleaner. Last time I said that Kenny got his ass cleaned up. So I'm not gonna just assume that that's gonna happen this time, but ain't no way. Like, what would Swerve do as the EVP? I mean, I imagine. Matter of fact, man, let me just take that shit back. They don't need to do no more storylines that involve EVP being on the line, people being stripped of EVP. In fact, why don't we just not even mention the fact that anybody is an EVP? Just throw it out. Stop having it even be a thing on TV. Just let it go. Like, I don't even think that they needed this stipulation in order for this feud to be hot. The feud is already hot. There's already purpose behind it. Swerve beat the shit out of Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega won his get back. That's all they need to it. So we don't need EVP being online because then if Swerve wins, then we're gonna have a whole nother thing like it was with the Young Bucks where they were flexing their muscle as EVPs. I don't want Swerve to be in that position. I don't want to do that. So I think it's a horrible idea to even have this be a thing. Sometimes AEW has the bad habit of just putting stipulations on things. Everything doesn't need a fucking stipulation. He beat up Kenny. Kenny wants revenge. Simple as that. Kenny now should challenge Swerve for the title of most dangerous man in AEW. That's exactly what should happen. There is no need for EVP status or anything like that to be brought into this. Will Ospreay is back. He made short work, kind of short work, or whatever that dude name is. beat him up. And the first thing he did is he said, Jon Moxley, I want you. You broke my neck. I didn't need a weapon. I could break your fucking neck with my bare hands. And then, Jon Moxley being Jon Moxley, he's not going to take that shit laying down. He came out there and him and Will Ospreay went at it. Here's my issue. And I always have an issue, right? Here's my issue. I don't understand what Jon Moxley is at this point. Okay, he's an anti-hero. That's the easy way to go with it. But is he an anti-hero leaning face or is he an anti-hero leaning heel? Which one is it? Which one is it? One minute he's preaching the virtues of AEW. The next minute he's letting Pac brutalize Will Ospreay when it's supposed to be a one-on-one fade. I don't get it. I don't get the point of Pac needing to interject himself into the situation where this is clearly Will Ospreay wanting to get revenge on Jon Moxley. Then it makes Jon look weak because he was about to be put in a position to get his neck broken, and then you have to have Pac come save you. I didn't like that. This is supposed to be a one-on-one fade. You don't need Pac. You don't need Garcia. You don't need Castagnoli. You don't need Shafir. You don't need none of those people. You don't need none of the Death Riders. It's just a one-on-one thing. Jon Moxley needs to come out next week, man up, say, hey, this is one-on-one. I don't need y'all help. I'll take care of Will Ospreay myself. And then if he get his neck broken or, kayfabe get his neck broken, then so be it. But that shit makes Jon look weak. You don't need nobody to fight for you, Jon. He don't need it. He needs to just go out there, handle business, take it like a man. You hurt Will Ospreay, and so now you're gonna have to deal with Will Ospreay by your damn self. We don't need to do the thing where Will Ospreay has to go through each and every Death Rider one by one. The shit has been done to death. The horse has been beaten and sent to the glue factory. We don't need to see it no more. Just catch your fade one-on-one and leave it at that.